Enforceable law. I believe it'll ultimately be declared to be unconstitutional.
Gun rights activists are taking aim at New York's SAFE Act tonight. Tonight, about 100 activists gathered as Erie County Sheriff Tim Howard once again stated he will not enforce the new gun laws. But as News 4's George Rickert tells us, some say that's not his call to make.
Well, it is an election year for the sheriff, and tonight his stand against New York's new gun law seems to have become a big part of his campaign. Erie County Sheriff Tim Howard got a standing ovation from more than 100 people gathered at Shannon Pub for a forum on the New York SAFE Act. Sheriff Howard says it would be a waste of his deputies' resources to enforce it, and even calls it unenforceable.
I'm still arguing with members of the state police, just trying to find out what the law really means, which is just another point about how bad the law is.
But not everyone sees the sheriff's stand as a noble one.
If the sheriff's not enforcing these laws, what other laws has he chosen not to enforce?
And a grassroots group called Moms Demand Action for Safe Gun Sense in America says this about the sheriff. It is not his job to determine which laws are constitutional. It is only his job to enforce the laws of the state and the county. If he is not going to do the job the people of Western New York elected him to do, then he needs to step down and allow someone to replace him who will enforce the laws. But the sheriff tells me he can't enforce a law that he believes is unconstitutional.
The government and the governor apparently believes that he is the power. The government gets its power from the people. The people have said this isn't a good law and we don't want it. It's a law that only deals with law-abiding people.
The governor does have the power to remove a sheriff for not enforcing a law, but there would be a sort of trial first.
I think that if that ever happened, I think everybody in this room and thousands of other people would be in that courtroom to defend the sheriff.
Sheriff Howard is also one of 4 sheriffs in the state who have filed a lawsuit challenging the legality of the New York SAFE Act. George Rickert for the 10 o'clock news.